Hi everybody, I'm Mike McCrory and this is Would You Make It? So this is day 4 of the busy board project and it's taking a little bit longer than I had first planned, and that's because I'm using some thin pieces of wood that I'm attaching hinges to, and the wood is so thin that I can't use screws, otherwise the screws would go right through the wood and that would be too dangerous. So I'm using epoxy, and that is going to add a day or two to the project. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to build a handle that will attach to the sides, and then it can fold around to the back and serve as a stand to hold the busy board up. And the other thing I'm going to do is a little bit of glue up and apply some epoxy and let it sit overnight. So let's get started. Before starting on the stand, I'm going to screw in a couple of locks, and I need to do some additional glue up, some more epoxy that needs to cure overnight, and also some wood glue. So I'm going to start with that and then get this out of the way so that I can work on the stand. I'm using a gimlet after I drill the holes just to make sure that the screw holes are properly threaded. I've applied epoxy to the hinge on this door, and now I'm going to tape it down because I need to turn the board upside down to do the rest of the glue up. And here I'm using some wood glue for the installation of a piece of pegboard. I'm using pegboard because I'm going to install LED lights behind it, and the pegboard allows the light to shine through. And then I'll just tape it in place. That'll be good enough. I don't need to clamp this. And now I'm using epoxy to glue in that piece of fireplace screen that I cut out in episode 2. I need to measure the exterior dimension of the busy board, and then I'll cut a piece that will serve as the handle. It'll be exactly the same width as the busy board. And then I have 2 other pieces that'll go along the side and attach to the handle, and I'm drilling a 1/4-inch hole into each end. And then with the disc sander, I'm just rounding over the ends of the side pieces. If you don't have a disc sander like this, you can use a bandsaw if you happen to have that, or a jigsaw. But the disc sander is nice because it gives you a lot of control when you're rounding over a piece like this. It allows you to go right to the line. Now in the center of the handle, I'm cutting a recess, and the purpose of that is to allow another piece of wood to fit into it, and we'll deal with that in the next episode. Since I'm only cutting one of these, it wasn't worth my time to switch it out for a dado blade, but I did switch the blade to use one that has a flat top tooth. Now this is another piece of wood that I cut, and this is going to be the cross piece that holds the stand in place, and this piece of wood is going to fit into the slot that I just cut. And now I'm attaching the side arms to the handle. I'm using the side arm as a guide for the drill bit so that the drill bit doesn't wander while I'm drilling into the piece. I'll attach the side pieces with a dowel, and I'm going to make the dowel long enough that it can extend through the side piece, and then I can cap it with a larger dowel. Now I'll just let the glue dry and the epoxy to set up overnight. Well, that's it for day 4, and the stand is starting to take shape. Tomorrow I'll finish up the stand and do some additional assembly of components, and then we'll be almost done. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, it would mean a lot to me if you click on the like button up above. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. See you tomorrow.